This outline, I honestly don't know. It looks big. I'm not sure if it will fit in one image or not. I could send it to you via WhatsApp. It works a bit. The lesson outline looks like this. As you can see, it's functioning, so there's no problem with it, right? So let's just take a print screen. Is it clear to us or not? Anyway, we can take the complete lesson or the unit or whatever you want to call it, whatever name you give to the lecture, anything. And this is the complete hierarchy and the full lesson outline. This is your role as an expert. Fa, 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 fa. So let's just take a print screen. Is it clear to us or not? Anyway, we can take the complete lesson or the unit or whatever you want to call it, any name you give to the lecture, anything. And this is the complete hierarchy and the full lesson outline. This is your role as an expert. Yes. As a content expert, this is your main role, to be responsible for creating the lesson plan that we will be working on. It's very important that you focus on this, all right? So what do I have in the lesson? Because this is continuing for an hour and a half while drawing the outline. I'm drawing it within the design. I'm developing, I'm designing, I'm creating my lessons, all right? So what do you have? Do you have a cover? Do you have objectives? Do you have content value? And this is the basis of navigation, because this is continuing for an hour and a half. While drawing the outline, I could have drawn it on paper, but I'm drawing it within the design. I'm developing, I'm designing, I'm creating my lessons. All right? So what do you have? Do you have a cover? Do you have objectives? Do you have content value? And this is the basis of navigation. Did you see the play? Did you see the play? Did you see the arrows in red? This has several commands, 1 to 8. 8 is the next line of learning with branches. Without blue, it still takes you to the next slide. This slide shows everything clearly, so students never get lost. We will create a branch network now, but I don't want to overwhelm you. Cover and objectives are important, and I'll explain educational aspects on formulating objectives. We have a topic to work on, and objectives need correct formulation because I struggle with this. In the end, we had 34 trainees, and most of you won't work in design, but all of you, linear flow exists. Even without blue, it guides you to the next slide. This slide is clear, showing the student's position, ensuring they never get lost. We will create a network of branches, but I won't overwhelm you with too much information. Regarding the cover and objectives, these are crucial, and I will explain. I'll discuss educational aspects on formulating objectives. We have a topic to work on, and objectives must be correctly formulated, which I find challenging. We had 34 trainees. Most won't work in design, but all should be content experts, able to illustrate this. This is required from you as content experts. Let's start on our design. I want standardized buttons. What are they? For example, at the objectives, it's a blank screen, and I want a button to return to the main page. I will explain how to formulate objectives. Objectives must be correctly formulated. We had 34 trainees. All should be content experts. Let's start on our design. I want standardized buttons. What are they? I want a button to the test and the content value. I must return linearly. You should be content experts, meaning you need to draw this out, which is what I mentioned today is required from you as content experts. Now, let's start working on our design. I want to create standardized buttons. What are standardized buttons? For example, when I come here to the objectives, this is a blank screen, and I want to find a button that takes you back to the main page. A button takes you to the test or content value from anywhere. In this second topic, I'm stopping here. I need a way back to the content value, main page, and objectives. Linear return is needed, hence the content value avoids it. The lesson branches with 100 slides. If stuck on slide 80, how to return to slide 3. Content value must allow return from every slide for branching. If a student clicks a topic and ends up on slide 70, how do they return? No way back. A standardized solution is needed. Manually adding a button on every slide to return to the content value is pointless. There should be a unified design and approach. The lesson branches with 100 slides. If a student is stuck on slide 80, how do I return them to slide 3? Each slide should allow returning to the content value for proper branching. If a student navigates 100 slides, selects a topic, and ends up on slide 70, how do they return? There's no return method. A standardized solution is needed. A unified design and standardized approach are necessary. Where to get this design? From the slide master view, which manages slides. It's not logical. I send the student student to a 100-slide unit and they wanted to study a specific topic. They clicked and ended up on slide 70. How do I get them back? There's no return option. I need a standardized solution. Manually adding a return button on each slide is pointless. We need a unified design and approach. Where do I get the unified design for the lesson? From the Slide Master view. Its function is to manage slides. I want to create elements applied across all slides. For example, if I need a button on every slide, I set it up in the Slide Master. This is crucial for us to know how to work. So where do I get the unified design for the entire lesson? I get it from, wait a second, from the view. From the view, where's the third one? Slide Master. The Slide Master view, what's its function? Its function is for slides. I want to design and create general elements that will be consistently applied across all slides throughout the presentation. For example, if I need a button, such as a navigation button, that will be repeated on every slide, and other elements, I need to set that up in the Slide Master. This is something you should pay attention to, because it's very important for us to know how to work. This is crucial. All right, great. Everything is excellent. All right, let's design some things like this. What the standardized one we have in the, let's open the Slide Master here. The Slide Master here is telling you, in the case of blank slides, we're going to create a design. This design can be a colored background. Let's take any color scheme, for example. Let's take this one. Just like that. This is just a starting point. I also want to add a set of buttons here on the blank slide. I'm adding buttons at the bottom. Us little square al-Muradi, because I used the circular one before. I'm coming here on a whim, sorry. And I can repeat it. I can press Shift and drag and drop. No, wait, I won't do that. I'll press Control and drag and drop to maintain the spacing. So I press Control and drag and drop, and now I have 4 buttons. I wanted 5, so I'll shrink this a bit. And come over here to add the 5th button. After that, we'll see what to do next. Control, what? Control C this time. Control C. Come here. Yeah, here's one more. Let's adjust the dimensions between them. I don't want to adjust them manually. I want to remember the format. The 5th button, next steps. Control C. Now. Another. Let's adjust the dimensions between them. Align horizontally in the middle. Distribute horizontally. Now aligned, center on screen. Use the ruler. Go to view. Enable ruler and borders. Locate buttons. Adjust slightly. Align properly. Almost there. A tweak makes it perfect. The arrangement we learned, let's set the alignment to be horizontal in the middle, okay? And let's make the distribution horizontal as well. Just like that, they are aligned now. The only thing left is to center them on the screen. I can do that with the ruler. I can go to view and turn on the ruler. I can also turn on the borders, so I can understand where these buttons are located. They are not quite right. I need to adjust them a bit. They should be aligned properly. It's almost there, but still not quite right. Just a little tweak here, and it should be perfect. Now I have this area reserved for writing and this area for the buttons. What else do I have that could be present on all the slides? It's the slide numbering feature. Here I am, wondering if I should number them. I would come to each one and write 1, 2, and so on, up to 100, and it would be a hassle. I can operate the borders and understand where these buttons are located. They are not right. I installed it for 1 year, and it is right. It is almost like this. It is also not right. It is just one click. These are the buttons. This area is for writing, and this one is for buttons. Slide numbering. Writing each number up to 100 is a hassle. Forgetting slide 50 means renumbering from 50 to 100. Changing or adding slides means renumbering everything, which isn't practical. I prefer automation. I'll insert slide numbers and totals. I'll place the slide number, for example, on the top left. I'll place and enlarge the slide number. I forgot about the slide number 50, so I had to renumber from 50 to 100. again to have 101. If I forget slide number 2 or change it or add a slide in the first 3 or 4 slides, I would have to renumber everything by hand, and that's not practical. I want it to be automatic. I'm all about automation. I have everything numbered. I'm going to insert here, and you have the slide number and the total as well. I can say slide number and come here to place it up here on the left. I'll put the slide number like this and maybe make it slightly bigger, or I can make it bigger, make it bold, and check the size. It's a bit too big. That's not a big deal. I want to insert the total so I can know how many slides there are. I can place the total beside it. The total is 20. It's size 20, and this one should also be size 20. Let's align them on the same line. They look really good. I made it a bit too wide. I want to enlarge, bold, and verify size. I just want to enlarge to show you, but it's slightly oversized. No issue though. I also want to add total so I can know how many slides there are. I can place the total here beside it. The total is 20, and I'm unsure what size that is. It's size 20, and this one must be size 20. Let's bold it too. Now, let's align them. Where's alignment? Let's align them. They look fine. It might be too wide. Keep them apart because I want to draw a line / in the middle. Max 99 slides. 100 slides might show, so I want it to be 99 or 100 of 100. Keep them apart. I don't know how big this is. It's 20. This one is 20. It's 20. Come on, this is a nice guy. He's 20. Come on, stand next to your brother. They're on one line. Where are the ones we learned? Bring them on one line like this. They're very tight. Yes, I'm expanding. I was expanding a little bit like this. I also want them not to be too close to each other, okay? Because I want to draw a dash or a slash in the middle. So I want the maximum possible number to be 99 slices. By God, if you have 100 slices, it will be possible from this. It could be 99 or 100 out of 100, so I don't want them to be too close to each other either. I'm also going to examine all these positions carefully and thoroughly. So I want to position a line here in this spot. I can insert a specific shape, maybe a line, an arrow, or even a different symbol. The beauty of it is to handle it creatively and precisely in a unique way. For example, I can put something like U are X out of Y and align the arrow with them using the alignment tools, keeping everything centered like this, and distribute them evenly. Normally, the numbering shouldn't be too big like this. It shouldn't look overwhelming.